Hey guys.
Hello,
Hi
everyone.
guys. Oh,
Happy Monday.
yeah. Flipping over to Instagram. Let's go live over there, guys,
All
and then we'll get ready
right.
to rock. There we go.
Perfect.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Yes, thanks so much for joining us. We love these
Yes, we do.
Mondays, just being able to bring to you guys some quality education on health topics, live good supplements, anything health and wellness
Yeah,
related, really, right?
sure.
Yeah, today I actually,
Make sure they subscribe, but I also want to say make sure they comment.
oh, we'll tell
Guys, please comment
them.
right in. I want to see your comments. I want to see your questions. Sometimes it prompts us, it reminds us to talk about some things that are related to the topic.
Yeah,
If they're not related, we'll probably skip the question. But it's a little bit of an open forum today. But we are talking about the ultimate wellness stack.
which is our pack.
It's all bad. But before we do, guys, make sure you subscribe, like
Yes.
these videos so that you can stay in touch with us and we can share information back and forth more readily.
All right,
Let's do
awesome.
it.
Yeah, so think about it, guys. Your body is your most valuable asset. This is what we have, and what we do to it is, how, I mean,
It's what we do to it.
what
It's what
is
we
what
do
we
to
do to
it.
it. And the truth is, most people are running on empty when it comes to essential nutrients, like we are
Yeah.
every single day. And the Ultimate Wellness Pack was designed to fill those gaps, restore balance, and give the body the fuel it needs to thrive. Not
Yeah.
every single day, like
Sure.
every single day. And we call this why I like to say my stack, right? Because we stack supplements. We stack supplements for reasons, and that's also when you see our packs on our website. That's why we put the packs together. These stacks of supplements have a synergistic relationship, and that's why we designed them. I think the Ultimate Wellness Pack was one of the maybe the second one. I think maybe our Daily Essentials came first.
Correct. Yes.
So this has been around for since the
Forever.
beginning,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool, and we don't want to change it. Like this is here for a reason, and we'll add other things stacks onto it. But
Well, I was just going to say it's a great place to start, probably the best place to start. But here's the kick. Here's the kicker. There's a difference between, like, when we selected these, I was very adamant about a few things here.
okay,
There's vitamins and minerals, which are essential, right, for our body to operate as cofactors in almost every metabolic enzymatic reaction in the body, right?
yep,
Vitamins, minerals. Okay. Then there's phytonutrients, totally like non-essential.
right,
Phytonutrients, those are your antioxidants. They play a huge role in oxidative stress, so managing the free radicals, as well as inflammation or inflammaging, which is a new buzzword term going around. But that's the two kind of things that we're trying to accomplish, I think, right?
100%.
Phytonutrients and then vitamins and minerals. They're not the same. I don't know if they do overlap in any way. Anyway,
I
but
mean,
the phytonutrients, guys, are just plant compounds. Those are things that act as very powerful antioxidants, and that's where it's going to be in the super reds and super greens. So we'll talk about that today as well, in addition to the essentials.
right, and like I said, a synergistic system to help support your body from the inside out, providing energy, immunity, helping with circulation, brain health, muscular strength, gut health, beyond. I mean, there's just so much that this pack, this Ultimate Wellness Pack, does for you. So we're going to dive in the powerful benefits of all. I actually did have a request to do something about the Ultimate Wellness Pack because it's a very common one
You hear
when
us
you're
talk about
yeah,
it.
you hear us talk about it, and also when you make a recommendation for someone, say someone's curious about what they should be taking, and it's just a really good go-to. So we're going to break down each product.
Mm-hmm.
These products have also been around since the beginning, obviously, since we had this pack from the beginning. So if you've been with us for a while, you really do know about these, but I want you to just more understand a little bit about each one, but also why we put it together. It's very, very important. And I know Dr. Ryan just went like
Yes.
why he was really choosing that. So let's just talk about first off, you have your certain foundational supplements,
Okay.
right? We have our men's and women's multivitamins. So in the pack, you choose which one you're purchasing it for, men's or women's. Foundation of health. It fills our nutrient gaps, which, believe it or not, we all have because we're not getting what we used to get from our diet alone.
Real quick though,
Yes.
rabbit hole, a short, small rabbit hole,
Okay.
right?
Great.
Like again, this is so different than the way drugs get approved for market and things like that. They don't go through a drug approval process. The clinical trials are not the same, and there's a big difference between being deficient in a vitamin and mineral and being insufficient in a vitamin or mineral. Whereas we don't see a lot of deficiency in our society anymore,
Sure. We think insufficient.
especially not in the USA.
Sure.
You don't see rickets because they just aren't getting any vitamin D because we're fortifying our cereals and our milk and our different foods. Some foods are just added vitamin D, right? And plus, you should get it in the sun, but you really don't get enough. You don't see scurvy, vitamin C deficiency. But going back to vitamin D, like the optimal level of vitamin D is very rare. People don't normally have the optimal level.
Right.
So supplementation, like when they look at studies, that's where the study flaws are. The studies are so flawed because they're not actually measuring based on a placebo compared to and at a set level. So they're neglecting this to address the deficiency versus insufficiency.
Right.
So
Right.
big difference
Yeah.
in that.
So insufficiency, I want you to think of maybe it's like, so you see these ranges on your blood work. And when you do your regular blood work, you don't get tested for all your micronutrients. You have to do a micronutrient panel to see all that. But you typically will have this range, right? And when you're insufficiency, you might actually even be in the range, but the very lower end, or to digest outside of it. So that is suboptimal. That is not going to give you the health benefits that you need. We need to thrive, right? Our goal is to thrive. So we want our levels to be optimized. That's why we need to take our multivitamin. It's just, these certain things are non-negotiables. Like if I knew that I could get them from my diet and I would be totally fine, guys, I would be the first one doing that. Like I love the healthy food. I love the balance of nutrients. I love all that stuff, the different colors, but I know still, even though everything I do and all my cooking at home, I'm not getting it. So it's unlikely that anybody is. So, without baseline nutrition, I mean, your body is always functioning or running at a deficit. Like this is baseline nutrition, right? Good stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vitamin D3, K2.
Yeah.
Okay. Briefly talked about that, but we know like vitamin D supports strong bones, healthy immunity, mood, hormone balance. I mean, there's so many things that vitamin D plays a role in, and I don't think we necessarily think about that. And again, most people are really insufficient. They're not necessarily super deficient. Actually, I have seen some blood work come in that was pretty shocking. But it's a scary thing, especially when you know how easy it is to get your numbers up. And then K2. Do you want to explain like why?
Yeah,
K2 is in
I
there?
do. But I didn't realize we just spun right off the vitamin real quick. So the vitamin has on 24, 25, but 24 or 25 essential vitamins, minerals. But there's also phytonutrients in here. So what's interesting about this is you have the ADs. Well, no, you don't actually have all the fat soluble because we'll talk about how we split them out and why we did.
Right.
But you also have the B complex that's methylated. But then you have lutein and zeaxanthin. Those are actually phytonutrients. We put those in here for vision support because I was so frustrated with people paying a fortune for vision support. And we still get a lot of questions. Are we going to come out with a vision support product?
Right.
We have vitamin A, we have lutein, we have zeaxanthin. These were all part of the AREDS 2 and AREDS 2 trials. So there is so much utility in the multivitamin with the methylated B vitamins and that whole thing. So awesome. I'm glad we okay.
Right. And I'm glad you went back. I'm glad you went back because I did say I had very little sleep last night. I took my kids to a concert, got home at 2 a.m. So I said my brain, might not be up to par. But no, that's wonderful because we do get the question all the time, like, do you have methylated vitamins? And of course, any vitamin that can be methylated is methylated. And the vision support, I do get that question all the time. And if you might be taking a vision support supplement, just kind of look at the ingredients. I guarantee you it's lutein and zeaxanthin. Like it's major players in it. And then the women's, we do have the iron.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we have iron for women.
Right. And for those that are like postmenopausal, you just make sure, confirm with your doctor, because just because you're postmenopausal doesn't necessarily mean you don't need the added iron. Iron deficiency is, a little bit more common. So blood work says it all. That is a basic blood panel. What else? Cranberry.
Yeah, cranberry for the women, just because it's a potent antioxidant that concentrates in the urinary tract, which
Right.
is, females are more common to UTI just because they have shorter urethras. So yeah, I think that was beneficial too as well.
Right.
But it's an antioxidant, so it's
Sure. And then the lycopene in the men to help support prostate health.
Again, talking about a plant compound, highly concentrated in the prostate. So yeah.
Yep. Okay, so are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back up to the D3, K2.
Yeah.
K2 helps the calcium go where it's.
So K2 also is fat soluble along with the D. So both of those two combined. That's why we also say take with food. But K also helps the absorption of D, and it also helps in the utilization of calcium. And so, of course, but we also need to add magnesium to that, by the way. But she was talking about blood levels, though, for vitamin D. Typically, 30 to 50 nanograms per ml can be achieved with 2,000 units. And you titrate up. If you know your numbers, you can go up to 6, 8, 10,000 units. We have 60 capsules per bottle. This is USDA certified organic. It's lichen based. And This one's not even the organic one.
Oh.
So, yeah, the 2,000 units per
Get
capsule,
that one
50
in here.
capsules.
Yeah, and I mean, so I know you said 30 to 50, but that's what they
I would-
say is
yeah.
the range. Now, striving for a little bit higher is more so
Optima,
more optimized. I tend to run around.
75 to 80.
I'm like, I think I was 88 on my
Yeah.
last blood work, and I think you're in the upper 60s, lower 70s. Yeah, so that's where we tend to
And that's
run.
taking 4,000 units a day.
You take 4,000 a day. I take 2,000 one day and 4,000 one day. I alternate. So two of them one day,
So you
one
can
the
see
next.
the 4,000 gets us to 60 to 80.
And maintains it. Yeah.
2,000
So
maintains 30 to 50.
yeah. So again, you likely need to, well, you very likely need to take more than just one of these a day if you are not optimized, if you're at a lower level. And then once you get to the level where you want, it's the best dose to help maintain.
I definitely don't recommend jumping right to 10,000 though if you don't know what you're
No,
doing.
speak to your doctor.
Fat soluble
Know your
can
numbers.
build up in your body and it can be toxic, so be careful with that.
Right. But again, vitamin D3 is a standard blood test. Know your numbers. Know your numbers. And if you're really working to increase it, test again after 3 months. But again, always working with your doctor on this. Super important.
Magnesium,
Yeah, magnesium.
glycinate, and gluconate. It's predominantly glycinate. It's almost all glycinate. There is some gluconate because there's so many different forms of magnesium. But guys, remember what the job. What are we trying to do? We're trying to increase blood levels in our serum, and that's all we're trying to do. We're not using this as a bowel supplement, right? I mean, it does help with bowel motility. We're trying to increase our magnesium levels. So don't be like thrown off by these brands that are saying, hey, it got all seven forms
right.
of magnesium. You're like, well, we're all doing the same thing here. And glycinate is actually the best, I guess. I mean, most studied, highly effective, lowest side effects. It's like the best form of magnesium. So glycinate,
Right.
It's glycine, right? It's conjugated or chelated to glycine. So it's a very highly effective supplement. If you take 2 capsules, it's 420 milligrams, which is the RDA, but anything higher, which I do a little bit higher, I will sometimes, but titrate higher with caution because it can cause diarrhea.
Right.
It can. That's what magnesium does across the board. It's sometimes used for bowel preps for colonoscopies, but magnesium involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. It's involved in everything from brain health, bone health. Of course, we know bone, that's a big one. So don't take D3 and calcium without magnesium. What are some other things? I mean,
like you
virtually
said,
everything.
involved in over 300 chemical
It's
reactions.
crazy.
So like if there's a
Sleep,
deficiency,
stress, energy production.
right. It's like funny when you do sleep, but energy. I mean,
Right.
it does it all. So like think if you're deficient in magnesium and it's involved in all of these chemical reactions in your body that need to take place, but the magnesium's not there, these reactions are not going to take place properly. So it's so critical to
Not an easy one to test for, just so you know.
Right.
Like they say, to get your blood test, guys, that's not reliable.
No,
Most of
you
the
would have to do
magnesium is
like
in your bone or your muscle.
right, and
They
you're
do
not going to do like a
magnesium
muscle
excretion.
biopsy.
Well, they do like a magnesium excretion test where they dose you with magnesium and then they measure your output. I guess through urine. I don't know what they do as a urine
not
capture.
standard. It's not like a standard
No,
test.
it's actually a pain in the butt test. So it's anyway. The point is that you can't go wrong with supplementing with magnesium because you're definitely not. I'm going to say definitely. I'm going to say near definite that you're not getting enough from your diet. I mean, where do you find it? Dark chocolate, some nuts, oysters, right?
Mussels.
Mussels.
I think yeah.
But trust me, when you start a magnesium supplement, 2 weeks later, 4 weeks later, 6, 8, 12 weeks later, you will not stop. I assure you. It becomes one of those go-to, absolutely don't miss every single day type of supplements.
100%. I actually take 3 at night.
Yeah. I do it at bedtime. I used to split it up in the afternoon for like if there's an afternoon stress response, but I like to do it right before bed, 30 minutes to an hour before bed.
Yeah.
So great product. It's none of this, by the way, these are all anything in capsules. These are capsules, vegetable capsules using organic rice hulls as the glidant. So you're not going to see any stearic acid or some of the silica and some of these other things that they use. So
right.
How are we doing that? We covered that okay?
We did.
All right, awesome.
I believe so. Factor 4.
Factor 4, fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids.
I feel like it's, this guy's been the star of the show
Oh, he's number one.
a very long time. Really super important. And not to mention that it's, your omega-3s. We have factor 4. We have 4 powerful ingredients in this. What?
So sorry. Jenny just asked a great question on the magnesium. Is the 420 milligrams total compound weight or elemental? That's elemental. So that's a great question. if you notice, let me just go off quickly on this. If you notice with magnesium, there's 2 capsules. They're actually kind of large, right? They're not like tiny little capsules. And this is 420 milligrams of elemental magnesium. But you guys, this to get that, that's 30%. That we use the magnesium glycinate is a 30% elemental magnesium, which is very high. It's not usually that high. Uh-oh, we're running out of battery. Let me plug this in.
Okay.
So great question, Jenny. That the magnesium is 420 milligrams elemental, and that's another beef I have with these brands that throw magnesium in their multis or in other products that say, here you go, here's your one and done, and it's just not possible. Look at the size. It's too much volume to get the right amount of dosing. You can't control the timing, and magnesium will chelate and bind to certain other vitamins and minerals too, so it'll actually negatively affect absorption of other things. So
Good point. This is also why we say we recommend trying to take it 1 to 2 hours apart from medications and some other supplements, the best you can to prevent
and
that.
I always will tell you when that needs to be done. How much at 19%. Yeah, so I'll always make sure to tell you why we space things out. Like we space the magnesium intentionally, probably the most intentionally of all of them.
Yes.
D3 we recommend you take with your multi during first food
For your fat soluble vitamins.
fat solubles. Yeah.
So both of these, both your multivitamin, your vitamin D, we recommend taking with food, and we recommend taking in the morning after breakfast. Vitamin D, I know we're jumping back, but vitamin D helps regulate like sleep-wake cycle, so it works with melatonin production. So you actually want to make sure you're taking it more in the morning to help the melatonin production when we need it to start at night. And then the fat soluble vitamins in our multivitamins, as well as me personally, like if I were to take a multivitamin on an empty stomach, it makes me a little nauseous. So I don't know if you're sensitive like that too to certain higher levels of vitamins, but that's another reason why taking it with food, fat soluble, and so it's better for your gut. Okay, so jumping back to factor 4, so your omegas, but also your turmeric, your CoQ10, and your garlic, 4 powerful anti-inflammatory products. So it's, again, what's so cool about factor 4 and what's like we love so much about and why we did this is because these are 4 ingredients you want to take on a daily basis. And many times, I don't think we've ever been able to find, I mean, maybe now because we've had ours out for a while, maybe there's some copycats, but we have not found one that has all 4 in one and at our dosing, right? So super important. I mean, again, you're getting your omegas, you're getting CoQ10, you're getting your turmeric and your garlic. Yeah, super great stuff. So, and I know these are not tiny, but there's a lot in them. And minimum is 2 per day. We take 4 per day. You can go up to 6 per day.
Yeah, okay. So omega-3 fatty acids, you're really focused on your EPA and DHA. And then here we went with a concentrated form. This is from an anchovy, which is a small non-pelagic fish, which means low PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, as well as low in mercury. Super big, important stuff because a lot of fish oils are high in that because they get these big old fish and grind them up. The oil turns rancid and it's nasty. But this is concentrated anchovies, 600 milligrams of EPA and DHA per soft gel. So the goal is 1 gram to start helping with the inflammatory response. So that's 2 soft gels. If you can get up, if you want to lower triglycerides and have a greater anti-inflammatory effect, you go to 3 to 4 grams, which is now 6 to 8 soft gels a day.
Right.
So, but you will see your triglycerides come down, and that's the fat in your blood if your doctor tells you about that. But guys, there's a prescription drug product called Lavazza. I mean, it's an approved FDA-approved drug. That's all it is fish oil.
The higher strength?
For those, yeah. And I think it's 3 or 4 grams is the daily dose,
okay.
3 to 4 grams.
Yeah.
But so definitely the qualified health claim, the FDA recognizes the effectiveness of omega-3 fatty acids, but taking it that step further with the phytonutrients, turmeric phytonutrient, thousands of years in Ayurvedic medicine as a plant compound. Garlic, CoQ10, highly potent antioxidant, predominantly found in heart muscle and tissue.
So great for heart health.
Great for the heart health. So yes, I would say heart disease being number 1 killer in the world, I would say fish oil factor 4. No wonder why it's the number 1 seller.
Right.
And it's like you got the health and wellness crowd that supports it, but then you also have mainstream medicine that supports it because they recognize how powerful
100%. I mean, gosh,
omega-3 fatty acids are.
Inflammation is at the root cause of every chronic disease.
Also your cellular health too.
Yeah.
Cell membranes. I mean, the fatty acids potentially is a 4th macronutrient in the way was that? I don't know. Maybe that's not true. I might have just made that up. So yeah, Cool. Good stuff.
If I can
Factor
force your
4.
daily shield, guys, got to take it.
So Hugh asked if we could get a bigger bottle. I don't think so. I think it's perfect the way it is. 60 soft gels. I mean, you really,
Oh, because
if you wanted to take more, I don't know. If you let me put that on the board. I don't know if that's a thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean it's a thought if you want to increase it, but it's also, buy 2 every month, 2 bottles every month, however that works. And make sure to check out. We have subscribe and save, auto ship, things like that just like help you never miss a day. Okay, moving along so we don't keep you guys too long because we're already 20 on in. Okay, essential aminos includes all essential aminos. Yeah. It is essential. Includes all 9 essential amino acids plus some electrolytes plus arginine, citrulline, glutamine. I builds repairs muscle, energy, helps for energy, endurance, brain function. Nitric oxide, which we actually just did a training on nitric oxide last Monday. Was it last Monday? I mean, think about this, because I do get a question often, well, why do I need to take protein, which contains your amino acids, maybe not in the right balance? Why do I need to take both? Well, if protein is like your house, aminos are the bricks. You can't repair or build tissue without them. Just think about that. If protein is the house, aminos are your bricks. You guys need to supplement with these.
Don't forget too, if you had a protein goal of like 150 grams of protein a day or 200 grams, it's a lot, right? You would eat a lot of calories on whole food. So protein shakes help. They definitely help. But even then, you're going to feel full and bloated and things it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. You can use the essential aminos to fill in those gaps. Now, you won't count them. We're not counting essential aminos gram for gram, but you should and you can.
Right.
It's just a little bit of an advanced technique to do. Maybe it's 3 to 1, but essential aminos absolutely keep your body in muscle protein synthesis, can help you preserve that muscle mass, especially when you have no appetite. Elderly people have less of an appetite for protein.
If you're sick, you have a condition.
Children, stop drinking sugary beverages. Maybe you can mix this, put it on ice. I know the taste is tough, guys. I'm not a huge fan of like artificial flavors. I will never use those. If we did use those, things would taste like,
Gatorade,
like the fruit punches, and the stuff, the Kool-Aid, you know what I mean? Right. So recognize that I always try to use the minimal amount of flavoring. I use natural and especially use organic flavors when possible. But it's hard to cover up these things. Aminos don't taste good naturally, and they're free form amino acids. But this drink to me is still very palatable, very nice, very good. I personally like the lemon fruit punch is the top seller though.
Lemon lime fruit punch, and in the pack you'll notice you get to choose your flavor.
Yeah, you really want to rock your essential aminos between meals, first thing in the morning. I mean, you can do it before bed. I mean, you can get 2 to 3 servings a day in. I'm telling you,
right.
It will change your body composition. It will.
100%. Yeah, I take 2 scoops a day, so 1 before the workout in the morning with some of our others, or E3 or creatine.
Right.
And then also in between lunch and dinner, I take our superreds and essential aminos together. And I do feel like that really bridges the gap between lunch and dinner, and gives me a little boost of energy. And also it's a nice refreshing drink. Mix it up, put it on ice, and enjoy. Leading into that, you want to just lead into superreds because I just said.
Yes, I definitely do. Another top seller, Ben's favorite. We all love the Super Reds. If you're going to get into the heart health discussion, then you would do absolutely these 2. But the organic Super Reds, if you look at the formula, if you look at the supplement facts panel, you'll notice a lot of dietary nitrates. They are an amazing, just basically colorful fruits and vegetables like beets, aronia, hawthorn, grapeseed extract. Name a couple other big ones that are on there. They're fantastic products.
Aronia? Maki berry.
Maki. Yeah, there's some things you may not have heard of that aren't very easily sourced, like from acai berry. These things are not pomegranate. I mean, I'm sure you guys know about pomegranate.
But it's not a pomegranate. It's also not something we eat every day. I mean, I love fresh pomegranate, but it's not the easiest to work with.
Cranberry fruit juice. Everything. All certified organic products. But again, they're not things that you can readily source at your grocery store, but they're whole foods, plants, and vegetables, right? And they're colorful, and they're just beautiful, and they're loaded, guys, with these phytonutrients. I can't say enough about these things. The antioxidant, the potential, and I actually did the test, the ORAC test. It's posted on the site, and the score is up there too, so you can see that for yourself. Try to be open and transparent about these products. We realize that there's risk associated with bringing plant extracts from the ground. So we do heavy metal testing. We do the glyphosate testing. And of course, we give you a certificate analysis. And of course, you'll always see exactly how much of each product you're getting in there. But I don't know, is there 20, 30, 40,000 different plant compounds or something? That's the gist of it. You're really trying to get the stuff that has, because you want the phytonutrients, you want the antioxidants. It helps with inflammation. It helps with what was the other thing? Inflammaging, right? But what was the other thing I said earlier? Inflammation, and it really does neutralize some of the oxidative stress, and that's really the hallmark of chronic disease, guys. It's like this body that's always in this prolonged low grade state of inflammation. So
Yeah.
super reds and the nitric oxide component we talked about on Monday. There's two pathways. This is the dietary nitrate pathway. In the aminos, you have the enzyme pathway with the arginine and citrulline. So, but nitric oxide is that thing that will help open up, right? Vasodilation, open up your blood vessels, increase circulation, improve the nitric oxide response. And so good for brain health, of course, good for heart support, heart health, good for circulation, good for Raynaud's, good for peripheral neuropathy, good for kidneys and livers and all your other organs. And at the end of the day, why would it be anything bad for you?
Right.
It's not.
Sure.
Like,
and again, always noting that we list each ingredient and we list the amounts. So if you're taking a different reds or greens product, just take a look at your supplement packs. And a lot of times companies lump them into a proprietary blend where they give you the total amount of the blend and they don't break down each ingredient, right? They don't tell you how much of each one. So you have no idea if you're getting the proper dosing to actually have a therapeutic benefit. We make sure we tell you that because we want you to know that we actually put the thought and effort and science behind it all. So you are getting therapeutic doses of what you need to be taking every day because we're not eating those foods on a regular basis. I mean, be nice, but we're not. Even tart cherry, tart cherries in there. Like,
100%.
I mean, you might drink tart cherry juice, but like,
you might have heard about it for arthritis and joints and
it's
stuff
supposed to
like
help
that.
us sleep too.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, all right, guys, last is up organic super greens. Again, we're going to kind of highlight that rare food that we don't rarely source from the grocery store all that well or readily. But
Like alkalizing greens, help with detox
right.
pathways, digestion. And it's not like you're going to take this instead of eating a salad because like we don't have like cucumbers and stuff. You need to eat your whole foods, right? And take your supplements to make sure you're getting all the nutrients your body
Many
needs.
as you possibly can. I mean, you're talking about chlorella, spirulina, and both
Sure.
kind of superfoods in their own
Not as
regard,
superfoods,
right? You
yeah.
got inulin, you have apple cider vinegar, which we know is great for
Right.
cellular health, coconut water, barley. We have all this different stuff in here that you just elderberry, matcha green tea, moringa, spinach, broccoli. It's funny about broccoli. I thought it was going to be a hard thing to flavor against because broccoli and cauliflower are just tough. And
Very powerful compounds in broccoli.
There are.
So eat
the
broccoli
sulfur.
and take your super greens.
The cruciferous vegetables, high in sulfur, great for as a precursor to glutathione production, and antioxidants, guys. Ashwagandha. So people ask a lot about ashwagandha.
The KSM
KSM-66 is in here, so this is a great, high quality, sustainable product too. Dandelion, dulce, the ginger powders, the shiitake, the cauliflower. It's just awesome. Kelp powder, aloe vera.
So many ingredients. Again, it's such high doses. I mean, it's
You got to look
wonderful.
at the doses. Take a look at the doses. Look at the list, the supplement facts panel. Look at the testing that we provide online. Look at the open transparency, and then the taste, guys. You try these, absolutely delicious by themselves.
Yeah. And just to also throw in there, you've got this guy, our
Option.
organic coffee, amazing, formulated with adaptogenic mushrooms, have some fiber in there, maca. It is equivalent caffeine-wise to a regular cup of coffee. You just get other health benefits. It's a powdered scoop, put it in your warm water, make it into an iced coffee. I actually add it to my protein shake every morning. That's how I like to drink it because I do E3 before my workout, and then this is my post-workout. I'm showing this here with Ultimate Wellness Pack because we do give you the option to add on the coffee because we do feel like it's a very important part of this pack, especially with the functional mushrooms in there. But we know not everybody's a coffee drinker. Not everybody wants caffeine. So you can add it on for $15 when normally for members it's $17.95 and for non-members, so retail price is $24.95. So if you're getting the pack and you want the coffee, I mean, it makes sense to add it on your savings. So amazing stuff. But again, this pack of 7 supplements is for members $99.95. So again, a member, if you are taking more than one supplement of ours monthly, it makes sense to become a member for $9.95 a month. Then you get the discount prices, and that's where you start to save. So again, 7 products for just under $100. But if you think about that, there's many like greens products out there that are $99 for like a 1 month supply of one product. Because this is 7. So it's outstanding. It really is.
A lot of value.
I don't know if I
$333 a
said
day. Come on.
retail price of this is $129.95. Still an outstanding price if you are not a member, but right there, say you were getting this on auto ship every month, you're either paying $99.95 or $129.95. It makes sense to be a member for $9.95 a month, right? Because you're saving money. So just think about that. Great stuff. So guys, I mean, this power of a pack. Power of a pack. Take them all together because they have a synergistic relationship with each other. It's a comprehensive wellness system. That is what this is. You get your foundational nutrition. You get your inflammation and oxidative stress support. You get your strength, recovery, and energy support. You get circulation, brain health, immunity, detoxification. Did I say heart health? List goes on.
It does, yeah, for sure. I'm very impressed with the comments today. A lot of people are supporting each other and asking for more people to ask comments and questions. There's just so much stuff pouring in right now. Covered most of it. A lot of stuff that doesn't really relate to the topic today. But if you do have anything specific questions, you're more than welcome to email Lisa.
Yeah, please do.
We'll get back to you.
And
it's a team effort.
Yes, for sure. So remember, health isn't built by chance. Health is built by choice.
There you go.
Right? So take that home with you, share that with your friends. You've got to make the choice to take care of your health. And best way to start is your Ultimate Wellness Pack.
Thank you for the compliment, Mr. Ivan. Appreciate you. You guys rock. Awesome. Appreciate all the love and the feedback. Good job. You guys are crushing it. Man, I can't even scroll down fast enough to get to the bottom. So, all right,
nice
that's it for us, guys.
You guys are great. We appreciate you. Thanks for everything, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye now.